Hello everyone, my name is Amanda, and this is called Lifted Ministries. This is the first video I'll be posting, and I just wanted to tell you a little bit about the page before I get into like a cool little devotional time and just bringing some encouraging words to you. What Lifted Ministries is it started out as like a worship group. And with me and a couple of my friends, we all kind of found it together earlier this year, and we've been writing music, doing lots of covers, and just worshiping together. And we're still working on that, so new music hopefully will be coming soon from that. But I wanted to kind of not just limit it to only worship. I want Lifted Ministries to kind of branch off and help as many people as possible through different types of ministries. So I wanted to start this YouTube channel and weekly post different messages and different devotionals, different testimonies that can help people that we never would have helped before, just living my everyday life. Because this can reach people, across the country, in different countries. So I'm very excited about it. We're going to have different guest speakers give their words, and next week we're going to have my friend Emily Smith, who is actually in the worship group of Lifted. She's one of the founders of it, and I'm really excited about it. I think God's going to do great things. Do you like this mug? It says meow. There's actually Coke in here because I really like this mug, so I'm drinking Coke out of a coffee mug. But anyway, okay, so for the first devotional, I'm going to talk about self-esteem. Now, self-esteem is something I've struggled with my whole life, and I know a lot of people struggle with it, especially nowadays, especially women. There's just so many standards out there for women that we can just look at any media outlet and just see a woman and think like, I'm not good enough. I'll never look like that. Why don't I look like that? Why am I not blessed in that area? So I'm going to start with 1 Peter 2:9. Now this is the King James Version. It says, "But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should shew forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light." As I was reading that, I kind of saw a word in there that I was like, okay. It's like he's giving you all these compliments, like you're a royal priesthood, you're a holy nation. Then all of a sudden he says, a peculiar people. And I just got to thinking, like, is he just calling us weird or odd, or what is he saying to us? So I looked up the definition of peculiar, and of course the first definition was weird, odd, different. And the second definition really struck me. It said, belonging exclusively to. I was like, wow, okay. So I'm going to look more into that. And I looked it up, and back in the day, the Latin word peculium meant private property. So in the Bible, when they say the word peculiar, they're meaning belonging exclusively to God. So when they say you are a holy nation, a peculiar people, that's saying like, you're my property. That's what God's saying. He's saying you are belonging exclusively to me. And I thought that was really cool, because then I compared it to the NIV version, and it says, "But you are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, God's special possession." And if you first read that in the King James Version, you're like, well, those are completely different, but they're really not. Special possession, or like his property. You belong to him. If you think of something that belongs exclusively to you, think of how special that is to you. Something that only you have in the world. Something that was maybe made for you, or maybe a gift you have that is solely yours. Like, for example, when my dad used to own a music store, and one of his friends made custom-made guitars. And one night, and he was a Christian man, and one night he was praying and about this one guitar he had made. And my dad had told him that I was doing music ministry and I needed a guitar. And one night this guy was praying and he really felt God told him, give this girl this beautiful custom-made guitar for free. And it took him so much time to make that, and so he went to my dad's music store the next day and told my dad what he felt God had told him to do and to give me that guitar. And I was just blown away. I was like, God, you are so good. So anyway, that's one of my special possessions. That's something that only I have, and something I feel God has blessed me with, is that custom-made guitar. I'm sure you have things in your life that are very special to you like that, something that's only yours, whether it's a talent, anything. Just think about that and think of how much that means to you, how much you dedicate your life to that thing because it's solely yours. That's what God feels about us. We are that special to him because he made us and we belong to him. And it's so cool when you think about it, that we are his special possession. Us individually as sinners, we are God's special possession. We are belonging exclusively to God. We are not worthy of that. And if he thinks that way about us, we need to feel that way about ourselves. And recently I've been searching for what God's called me to do, and I feel like a lot of my self-esteem issues have gotten in the way of that. Just thoughts of I'll never be good enough. I'll never be good enough to minister to people or to lead worship or anything like that. And those are just lies from the enemy. But if you pray about it and you really start walking in what God has called you to be, God will open your eyes to see yourself the way he sees you. A couple days ago, I was really praying about my self-esteem issues, and I was just like, God, I can't take it anymore. I know that you want me to do all these awesome things, and I wish I could, but it's just my self-esteem issues are holding me back. I'll never be able to do that. I'll never be good enough. And I was just praying, and one morning I woke up and I looked in the mirror, and it was like blinders fell off of my eyes, and I just felt God's presence so thick. I was listening to some worship music, and his presence just came over me, and I saw this beauty, and it's not like a worldly beauty, but it was a love for myself that I have never had in my life. And it didn't matter if I had a flaw on my face. I still loved myself. And I feel like that's how God feels about us. And I mean, before I would used to look in the mirror and point out every single one of my flaws. That's all I cared about were my flaws. My teeth aren't straight enough, or anything stupid stuff like that. But that's a worldly thing. God loves us so unconditional that he just looks past everything. He sees those as beauty. And just when I started to see myself in that light, it's just these flaws make me who I am. They make me an individual. And it really helped me to understand how God sees me with just love and just pure love. And that's how we need to see ourselves. So if you feel like you're struggling with self-esteem issues, that can hold you back from your calling. So that's very important that you start praying about it and get into God's word and just really start taking the steps toward your calling and finding out who you are in Him. That way those blinders can be removed from your eyes and you can see yourself how God sees you, with that love, that unconditional love for yourself. If you like this video, go ahead and hit like and subscribe. We are going to have videos out every Thursday. Next week, Emily Smith is going to be bringing an awesome word, so make sure you tune in for that. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye.